Hi, I'm Bridget, and thank you so much for joining me this morning for this 10-minute full body yoga stretch. So, we're going to begin today in our wide legged child's pose. So, we're going to bring the knees as wide as our yoga mat, walk the big toes together, and then sink the hips down towards the heels, walking the palms forward really nice and slowly. So, taking your time to get there. Let the forehead rest on your yoga mat. You might like to rock a little bit side to side for a little forehead massage. Letting the chest sink down towards the mat. Allowing yourself to get really nice and heavy here. Checking in with how you feel. Bringing the attention to the breath. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, letting it out through the mouth. One more breath just like that. And then let's slowly bring it back onto the hands and knees. We're going to leave the knees where they are. We're going to find our thread the needle. So bring the left palm to the center of your mat. Inhale, we're going to reach forward with the right hand. And exhale, thread the needle. Bring that right hand underneath the left. See if you can level out those hips. You might notice that the left hip starts to lift up a little bit. We're going to level it out. Breathing into that twist. And then we'll bring it back. So press into the left hand. We come back to center and take it to the other side. So bring the right palm to the center this time. We inhale, reach forward with our left arm this time. Wiggle the fingers. And then exhale, we thread the needle, bring the left hand through. We find our twist. So leveling out those hips again. You can bring your hand to check. Maybe closing the eyes. Staying with those nice, long, deep breaths. And then let's unravel and bring it back to center. You can walk the knees back underneath the hips. And then we're going to find our low lunge from here. So let's step the right foot forward first. You might need to lift that back knee and just adjust. You might need to fold your mat over if you're on a hard floor just to make it a little bit thicker to pad for the knee. And then we breathe into the front of that left hip. You should feel a really nice stretch here. We're going to open up through the heart space, so drawing the shoulders back together. And then we'll find our half splits. So let's curl the left toes under. We're going to straighten through the right leg, start to draw the toes back towards the chest. See if you can draw the chest towards the toes here as well. So we're really nice and long through the spine, so we're not rounding here. You might need to bend into that right knee a little bit more. And then let's start to move with the breath. We're going to exhale to our low lunge, inhale to our half splits. So trying to breathe really nice and slow. Slow down the breath as you move. One more time, just like that. And then we'll come back to our low lunge and then bring the right knee back to meet the left. And we'll take it to the other side. So let's step the left foot forward into our low lunge. So take a moment to set yourself up here. You might need to readjust that right knee. Maybe bring something underneath the right knee for a little bit more padding. Then we open up through the chest, draw the shoulder blades back together nice and long through the spine here. Breathing into the front of that right hip. And then when you're ready, let's curl those right toes under. We'll find our half split. So straightening through that left leg, we draw the left toes towards the chest, chest towards the toes. Maybe bending into that left knee even more so you can get nice and long through the spine. And then exhale, let's come back to our low lunge. Inhale, we find those half splits. So slowing down the breath here so that you can move nice and slow. And one more just like that. And we come back to our low lunge. And then we bring the left knee back to meet the right. And we're going to lower all the way down to the belly for our broken wing pose. So let's do the left arm first. We're going to cactus the arm. So bring the arm to about a 90-degree angle. Then we're going to roll onto the left side of the body, bend the right knee, and just step it behind the left leg. So you should feel a nice stretch through that left shoulder. If it feels like a little bit too much, just roll onto the belly and then straighten the arm. Rolling back onto the left side. So you just might need to adjust that left arm a few times to find something that feels comfortable in your body. So just playing with the angle of the arm. Find what works for you. And then let's come back onto the belly. We'll take it to the other side. So right arm this time. So bringing it to that 90-degree angle again. And rolling onto the right side of the body. Step that left foot back behind the right leg. You've got that left hand in front of you for support. If it feels like too much in the arm with that bend, then you might like to straighten it or just adjust the angle of your arm here. It will feel like quite a deep stretch if you're tight through the shoulders and the chest, but if anything feels painful, just come out of it a little bit more. And then let's come back to the belly. Press back up to tabletop, and we're going to make our way through seated, all the way back to lie down. So bending your knees, lying all the way back. And we're going to find our reclined pigeon. So let's cross the right foot in front of the left knee. You can either stay here and just energetically push that right knee away from the body. You should feel a really nice stretch through that right hip. If you want something a little bit deeper, then we're going to interlace our hands behind the back of that left foot and then draw the legs in towards the body. Staying with the breath here. Nice and active through the feet, so drawing the toes back towards the knees. And then let's unravel. Bring the feet back to the mat and we take it to the other side. So we cross the left foot in front of the right knee this time and then press the left knee away from the body and just stay exactly as you are. If you need something deeper, interlace the hands behind the back of that right leg and then draw the legs in towards you. Nice and active through the feet. Draw the toes back towards the knees. Close the eyes. Come back to the breath. One more nice deep breath. Exhale, let it go. And we unravel. You might like to windscreen wiper the legs a couple of times when you get here. So keep them bent and then just let them fall down to one side. And then back through center, over to the other side. There's my back. So just back and forth a few times if you feel like you need it. And then we'll come to center, find our Supta Baddha Konasana. So walk the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall apart. You can send the arms out really nice and wide at either side. Or you might like to bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart space. Closing the eyes here or just softening the gaze. Really letting the breath slow down. Checking in with the body. Maybe noticing how you feel now compared to the beginning of your practice. Letting yourself get really nice and heavy. Melting down towards your mat a little bit more with each exhale. And then you can stay here for a little bit longer if you would like to. Otherwise, we will find our Savasana. So bringing the arms to the sides with the palms facing up. Sending the legs out nice and long. Adjusting if you need to. So drawing the shoulder blades down, maybe lifting the hips and curling the tailbone under. Getting out any little wiggly movements so that you can find stillness here. Letting the breath return to normal. Slowing down. Taking this moment for yourself. And then I'm going to leave you here in your Shavasana, but I hope you have an amazing day after your practice. Thank you very much for joining me and spending your morning with me. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.